What is going on, family? I am very excited today to check out my first original song from the band Liliac. I was pretty impressed with what I had saw, what they had done with their cover of Crazy Train, and I'm one of those people that I can appreciate a good cover band, but I wanted to check out your original music. A lot of times, covers is what draws people in to check out your original music, so I'm running right to your original music, and I want to know what it sounds like. When somebody mentioned that Not Afraid was a great way to show off the overall vocal range and what they refer to as the whistle screams, now we're talking. Let's go ahead and check it out. Off the bat, baby!
Eat your heart out. Your love is blinded by a desperation. To make her just remember. You gotta play the game. I won't surrender to your eyes. Not afraid. Heartbreaker. Not afraid. Not afraid. Mistreater. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of you. A freak of nature. Your future dark because you got no fire. You're a fool.
What is that? Oh my God, with that whistle scream is so incredible. Like, it's just so stupid. Like, I've never heard anybody do that before. I have to say that honestly, the way that her voice sounds, like this is exactly the kind of music that she needs to be making. It's got like this dark, edgy feel to it. Like it's got like this like badassness about it. Like it kind of goes with the overall, like that name of Liliac just kind of sounds like something like vampire-esque, if that makes any sense. Like they have a lot of bats and stuff in their thing. I think somebody said that they were from Transylvania, their parents were from Transylvania, and like the bats thing is like a whole part of like their overall vibe with this overall band. But those whistle screams, baby, are crazy.
End of story. To stop the burger dreams I won't believe what you say to me. Not afraid. Heartbreaker. Not afraid.
I love that.
Not afraid. Mistreater. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of you. Your love is blind. I go away. Leave me now.
Oh my God, play with my emotions over here. Dude, his guitar playing skills are sick. I have to say that, like, you know, in the original video, he had like mad long hair, and I have to say, I kind of miss the look, but he does look like super clean now. All the band has a completely different look than like from the first video that I've seen, and I'm sure that they probably changed their appearance a lot. They look like one of those bands that kind of like would go through a lot of like stylistic changes. They looks like they wear like in this video, you can see that like they're doing it from multiple like actual live performances, which I love that, by the way. You give us the live rendition just playing like throughout the entire music video, and the music video is just different shots of you guys at each different concert venue and each different show that you're doing, and like each time like the outfits are like different, like there's a lot of different like switch ups when it comes to all that different stuff. You're not wearing just the same thing every day on stage. For a family band, there's like a lot of attitude and like angst like in this band that I really just love the overall vibe to it. A few of you guys have said that you've seen them live and that they kick ass live, and I believe it because I feel like this is like one of those bands where I'm like, when you look at this video, I was like, yeah, I feel like this is gonna like rock off like in a live setting. Like where some bands you just gotta see when you see them, like even if the music and like the lyricality isn't always at the like the highest or level at what you want. And I'm not saying that about this band at all. But like even if you like have a band that like some of those things are like a little lacking, but their live performance is like where it's at. I feel like that's kind of like what this band is, where it's like, yo, but that live performance, though, is going to sell you way more than really any of these songs I could play is going to sell you. You really just kind of experience it. There's a lot of bands out there that once you see them live, like you really don't even want to listen to the regular records because you just think about how like I would rather just watch or hear the live versions because I know what that sounds like. Oh, it's not even over! Oh, I was not ready for that. Right. That was a shot of adrenaline that I didn't know that I needed today. I am a big fan of like theatrical, like dramatic front people and artists. I am. Like, it just looks like there's a lot of, like, theater inspiration type of stuff going on in, like, this overall band. I love the idea of, like, bands that get into that kind of stuff. And you switch it up and you give us something that's kind of like a complete thought. Almost kind of like, you know, creating music, like, in a whole different way, really. And, like, you guys have said that these guys are independent. And I could tell that I love the overall idea of that, the fact that they are independent because they're 100% in control of doing what they want to create. So it doesn't matter if you don't like this concept that we're working on, we're still going to do it. And that's what I'm saying. For somebody who has like this idea of like, you know, like theater influence and like just like the drama and the dramatic of film, whatever, like, you know, cinematic influence, whatever it is that they're drawing all this inspiration from of. You could just tell that there's artisticness in this overall family. In that first video, I didn't see so much of that, like with the cover, because like you're seeing them kind of in regular clothes at a very young age, and they're all just kind of rocking out, right? So like that's a great thing to see. But in this video, you're seeing like a whole different side of the band, more of like this is like what the act is, right? Because at the end of the day, like a band or a group is like this is our act. Like, you know, that's why some bands have like, you know, an intro like you are at the theater, because like, you know, it's cool to see that stuff. I love when people do that. There's so many bands out there that just put a banner up and that's all they got. But I get at the same time that stuff costs money and that's production value, and those things are expensive and you have to learn that. And especially when you're more independent, it's a lot more difficult to put all those extra things into a live performance. So a band that does something like this, where you're going to take the extra mile to make sure that we sell you on, we don't got as much going on. We got as much as we can really get going on per show, but we are going to give you something that you're not going to see from the next band that you're going to watch today, or the next band you're going to see next time. I appreciate you so much for hanging out with me today. If you are looking for any kind of commentary about band, fan, beef, any of that kind of stuff, I'm going to be talking about it on my live stream tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. A handful of you guys have kind of told me about what's going on with that. My plan was to talk about that on my live stream tonight. So I will discuss my thoughts on that. If you have not joined the Foxtrot family, there is always room for you. Till next time, I appreciate you for watching.